On August 25th, 2009, the first entry into Rocksteady's Batman Arkham universe was unleashed with the game Batman Arkham Asylum. Renowned for its free-flow combat, stealth mechanics, and intriguing story woven throughout the gameplay and cinematic cutscenes, Arkham Asylum was a blueprint for what came next and seemingly influenced the playstyle of the later Insomniac Spider-Man games. Off the back of Arkham Asylum, we were blessed with 3 more main title games and an expansive amount of DLC content that honestly feel like their own entries, but today we're honing in on arguably the most integral chapter in the series, a game that I feel is deserving of the title, the greatest superhero game ever made. Also up there with my favorite games of all time. I was introduced to Arkham City in 2014, and the person who brought me into the gritty underworld of Gotham's prison city also led me to the wonders of Young Justice, Comic Storian, the DCAU, and other properties, helping to culminate the ultimate Batman experience. Yet, even on its own, this game was able to keep a grasp on my 10-year-old attention span. Despite the muted color palette, Arkham City was anything but dull. There are many things you as a player can encounter while traversing from objective to objective, and unlike the aforementioned Spider-Man games, which are also spectacular, get it? There aren't any do busy work until the game randomly decides it's time to progress the story moments. The next main objective is always connected to the one you just accomplished. So once you finish torturing a schizophrenic man, you can go and put the beast on a little person without having to wait. Me personally, I like being able to cripple people as soon as possible. Along with the main story, the side missions are also fairly fleshed out, with many opportunities to run into and learn about Gotham's most notorious supercriminals like Bane, Poison Ivy, Riddler, Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Mr. Freeze, Zsasz, Mad Hatter, Penguin, Two-Face, Hush, Hugo Strange, Ra's and Talia al Ghul, the League of Shadows, and the most dangerous criminal of them all, the Joker. In the short 10 years that I've known of this game's existence, I have to have played it at least 10 times all the way through. That is subtracting all the annoying Riddler trophies that I honestly refuse to do. Yet, every time I finish, I swear I learned something new, whether that's a greater understanding of the game's story or hidden Easter eggs and dialogue that I wasn't privy to. Speaking of dialogue, one of the greatest aspects of this whole series is probably that. Now, I don't mean in cutscenes or phone calls. I'm talking about the NPCs. If you listen in on random criminals throughout the city, you can hear some very interesting conversations.
Oh, Mr. J, please hurt me some more. Okay, my dear. Why don't you go and fight Batman while I make a daring escape?
You guys better hope she didn't hear that.
Things that you'll miss out on if you rush from place to place, or if the game had a fast travel system. Plus, it's always cathartic to hear "It's the freaking Bat!" before you crack somebody's skull. On the topic of cracking skulls, can we please agree to stop saying Batman couldn't beat this information out of me? Because yes, he would. I don't know what Batman y'all grew up on, but my GOAT Kevin Conroy's Batman is beating info out of you that you didn't even know you had. This Batman is the same guy that drove a tank on someone's head for information that he probably could have punched out of him. Arkham Batman is only second to Snyder's in terms of brutality, and that's saying a lot, since the only true distinction between the two is that one kills and the other doesn't. Arkham Batman has thrown someone down a Christmas tree, hung a politician over a building, regularly smashes heads into concrete, dive bombs people from insane altitudes, and even hits women. This incarnation of Batman has no problem doing any and everything short of turning you into a pack in order to get what he wants out of a situation. You're probably thinking, dang, this guy really must be a Richard if he's so brutal. And you're not wrong, but you're also not completely right. Because at the end of the day, or night, he saves the lives of a majority of these people when an Avengers level threat presents itself. Solo, might I add. I will now recite the spark notes of Batman Arkham City to you. Professor Hugo Strange has arranged to have Bruce Wayne arrested during a press conference discussing the dangers of having a prison city in the heart of Gotham. Strange does the typical villain monologue thing, but eerily mentions something called Protocol 10, while also revealing that he knows Bruce Wayne's, or should I say Batman's, secret identity. While attempting to escape from Strange's custody, Bruce steals a data chip off of one of Strange's men, but soon gets overpowered and run into yet another kidnapping. But this time it's by the Penguin, who we quickly knock out. Batman suits up and uses the stolen data chip to dial in on Strange's radio frequency and learns that Two-Face, formerly known as Harvey Dent, is holding Catwoman hostage in a courthouse. Of course, being Batman's side piece and all, he decides to go save her. Oh, she might also have vital information. After dying at the first real fight of the game, because I'm trash, you can actually get a subtle hint to who the real main baddie in this game is.
So, you failed to live up to his expectations. How predictable.
But we'll get there eventually. After rescuing Catwoman from Two-Face, you, for a second time in the span of a minute, have to save her again as somebody using a sniper rifle takes aim. This person is the Joker for obvious reasons. Although, I don't know how Batman deduced that from a laser beam. Batman tracks down the site of the sniper to a nearby church by using the bullet's trajectory, and is not too surprised to find Harley Quinn, 4 Joker thugs, and hostages waiting on his arrival. And in this moment, we are introduced to this series' addicting stealth mechanics. After dispatching these goons with ease, as Batman so cockily puts it,
this is gonna be easy.
the hostages, who turn out to be medics and officers, reveal that a doctor has been kidnapped. Batman notices and proceeds to investigate the church tower where the sniping took place. Joker over his screen reveals that the tower is rigged to blow, which it does. But he must have forgot that I'm Batman because I escaped unscathed. Batman tracks down the kidnapped doctor to the steel mill, where she confirms the constant whispers around the city that the Joker is not doing too hot, hence why she was kidnapped in the first place. It seems that the Titan serum he took in Arkham Asylum has begun to poison his system, and he's become desperate to cure himself. Speaking of Titan, on the way to the steel mill, I ran into Bane, and sadly the encounter in this game isn't as interesting as the one seen in Arkham Origins or Asylum. You essentially complete a fetch quest that doesn't result in anything, and Bane thanks you by immediately attacking. Well, what's wrong with that? Is it fighting the main point of these games? Yeah, I see you in the comments. Get out. Stop that. And you would be correct, except there is no fight this time around. Batman just dodges Bane with ease, throws a batarang, and locks him up. How is it that Bane is so easily helped by Cage? I don't know. Last I remember, he was tearing down walls. Plot. Oh, right. At the steel mill, Batman quite literally breaks into Joker's office and gets sneak attacked while inspecting what he thought to be Joker's dead body. He wakes up to Harley and Joker in front of him, who reveal that he is now also poisoned and tasked with saving the both of them by getting Mr. Freeze to manufacture a cure. Also, at this point in the game, Protocol 10 seems to be to poison all of Gotham, with the same thing killing Joker. We track down the coldest location in Arkham to find that the Penguin's people have taken over Freeze's hideout and are holding him captive at a local museum. Cobblepot, aka Penguin, has stolen Freeze's gun and currently has the high ground, so we need some sort of way to disable it. We retrieve a jammer and drop Penguin for the second and third time in this game, just to return to Mr. Freeze, who tells us in order to create a cure, we'll need some sort of restorative property that can bond with human DNA. And there's only one man who can help us with that. And by help, I mean that in the most liberal sense possible. Following one of Talia al Ghul's elite guard, who is conveniently imprisoned by Penguin, to the League of Assassins hideout, also conveniently in Arkham City, we come into contact with the daughter of the demon herself. She yaps on about some demon trials and how only one man has succeeded and yada yada yada. She seems to have forgotten who she's talking to, because after breezing through the trials, we beat the snot out of her father, but refuse to kill him. This of course upsets our baby mama, but we got the DNA we needed, so we peace out. On the way back to Freeze, we rescue Mayor Quincy Sharp from a beatdown, just to interrogate him and get confirmation that
Strange is working with someone else.
we make it back to the snowman's lair, just in time for him to give us an ultimatum, which Batman has neither the time nor patience to entertain. I proceed to entertain, and after the most intense game of hide and seek, we beat a widowed man into a pulp just to realize the cure was stolen. On top of this, it turns out that Protocol 10 is actually Strange's master plan to trap all of Gotham's criminals into a singular place and eliminate them with missile strikes. We try to steal the cure back from Joker, and in the process end up getting trapped under some rubble, leaving the Catwoman having to repay the favor. Yet, all Batman can think about at this point is rescuing Talia.
You shut this place down. Joker's taken Talia. I'm going after them.
Despite this, Oracle and Alfred are like, "Hey, Sim, people are gonna die, you don't lock in." The Batman's like, "Oh yeah." We violate a bunch of helicopters for the master control code to Wonder Tower so we can get in and put a stop to this genocide. And after 15 minutes of climbing and fighting, we come head to head with Hugo Strange himself. Correction, Hugo Strange's soldiers, who we generously donate some permanent brain damage to, courtesy of the Wayne Foundation. At long last, we finally confront Hugo, who is like, "Haha, I'm still superior." So Batman donates some brain damage to him as well. In the midst of yet another Hugo Strange monologue, an all too familiar sword erupts from his chest, as it's revealed that Ra's al Ghul was behind this plot the whole time, puppeteering Strange under the pretenses that once he defeats Batman, they will rule the world together. Clearly that didn't pan out. Next thing we know, the tower goes boom, Ra's goes stab, and the day is saved. Hello. Oh wait. Yeah, so Joker still has a cure, and also Damian Wayne's mom. I forgot to mention that the only reason Batman hadn't died after the rubble fell on him was because Talia enticed Joker with the key to immortality, making sure to also alert Batman to the tracker on her collar. So of course, Captain Sable Batman has to go rescue Talia al Ghul from Joker and secure the cure. Well, one of those things ends up happening, and the other doesn't. I think you can imagine which occurs. Talia gets turned into a pack after seemingly killing the Joker, but it turns out the real one was watching from the stands this whole time. The person who Talia did impale was actually Clayface, who's legitimately only in this for the love of the game and nothing else. Batman seemingly kills Clayface. and drinks a cure. But for some reason, Mr. Goofy decides now is a great time to stab Batman in the arm, subsequently making him drop the cure on the floor, which obviously shatters, dooming the Joker to the hottest corner in hell. Batman gives his idea of a joke, and Joker lies on the ground creepily smiling as he takes his final breath. He then carries Joker's body, not Talia's, which somehow disappears, out like he just lost the love of his life, and leaves the premises without explanation. And yeah, this game is probably what solidified Batman as my GOAT superhero, and in my eyes cemented the Arkham series as the best in the genre. That's it for today. I've got plenty of videos lined up that I'm already working on, so subscribe and I'll see you soon. Peace.